I feel like it's important we just take a second and take a breath and not get hysterical and remember something. 1302, if you please.
Holy Toledo. Voters' views of the Democrats in Congress among all voters disapprove, 68%. And look at the approved number, just 21%, even lower than the Democratic Party at large. This is the lowest on record for Democrats, according to Quinnipiac University polling. You think these numbers are bad? Let's go to this side of the screen. We'll look how Democratic voters feel. Get this. The plurality of Democratic voters disapprove of Democrats in Congress at 49%, and just 40% approve. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Oh, my goodness gracious, you just can't get worse than these numbers.
And this is the number right here really driving all of this. If Democrats have turned, if Democratic voters have turned on Democrats in Congress and the Democratic Party, that's what puts the numbers at historic lows. What is it they want to be seeing, these voters?
What is going on? I'll tell you what's going on. They don't like what's coming out of some of those Senate Democrats like Chuck Schumer, because take a look at the direction of the party. Democratic voters on Democrats in Congress doing too little to oppose Donald Trump. Look at this, 77%. Should stay principled, even if it means nothing gets done.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I don't care what they want. We know the Democrats don't think the Democrats are being lunatic enough. That's what explains the whole dog and pony show with Cory Booker over the last 24 hours. Does anybody know what he was actually opposing? Serious question. Does anyone know? I don't know. Literally no one knows what he wanted. Nobody. I just kept reading that Cory Booker opposes Trump policies. What exactly is he opposing? Did he ever say? I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't listen, but 24 hours of blather, he set some kind of record, and I saw some Democrats that think he's some kind of hero because he talked for 24 hours straight. All right, whatever. But the fact remains, the Democrats don't like their own party. They should be very dispirited, right? And yet, for some reason, they were more mobilized than Republicans were in Wisconsin yesterday. Why is that? Well, I don't know. I mean, there's some people that have some theories about it. I'll share that in a minute. But I want to, again, start by framing this the correct way. You just saw Harry Enton on CNN, 21% approval rating for Democrats, historic low. The Democrats' policies, the Democrats' designs, the Democrats' void of leadership, their destructive, recalcitrant behavior is as unpopular historically as it's ever been. That's a fact. And so, with that in mind, how do you explain what happened in Wisconsin? A lot of money. A whole lot of money, and quite frankly, a Republican Party that wins maybe once every 4 years or so because they mobilize all their efforts and all their energy and all their money and all their time every 4 years, and then we take a 4-year smoke break. Well, we got that one over with. Nothing more to worry about for another 4 years. Let's kick back and see what's on Netflix. That's the Republican Party. I don't know why we do it, but that's why we do it. So I don't want to hear, and I know that there's a tendency this morning to think that, oh, no, look at how we got our butts kicked in the Wisconsin Supreme Court race. Oh, no. We knew we were gonna. And why? Because they had been dumping a Brinks truck of money into Wisconsin before the Republicans even woke up and put their pants on. And by the time everybody decided to get engaged in the last few weeks, it was too late. Wisconsin was not a surprise. You know, Charlie Kirk said it this way, and I tend to agree. We fell short in Wisconsin, but we've got to realize and appreciate now that the Republican voter is the low propensity voter now. How do you feel about that? The low prop voter, Fast Eddie. Republicans just don't like getting out and doing it very often. They'll do it. They'll do it for Trump. But we're busy people. We don't have time to pay attention to politics every day. It's fine for Democrats. That's their lifestyle. We lead lives. We work. We have families to raise. We'll get animated every 4 years for a presidential, and that's about the sum total of it. Democrats are animated all the time, every calendar year, year-round, 365, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. Democrats care about power at all costs all the time. Republicans have never been terribly motivated by power. So every 4 years, we get up off the couch, we vote for president, and then we go back about our lives. Does that sound about right, Fast Eddie? We just do.
No, Chris, that sounds about right. And to add to that, the biggest news story of yesterday, if you were not plugged into politics, was whether they were going to ban the tush push in the NFL. That was the big news story if you're not plugged in.
Special elections and off-cycle elections, writes Charlie, will continue to be a problem without a change of strategy. We are the party of welders, waiters, and plumbers, he writes. We are the party of people who work with their hands, who shower before and after work. Politics is an afterthought for many of our supporters. They have common sense and American values, but they are voters who must be chaste. He writes, Democrats have become the college-indoctrinated, institutionalized, the government-dependent, high-propensity party. They're the people that are organized on a Saturday afternoon while you're out enjoying it. They're setting Teslas on fire. That's what they do. I don't know if that's a problem or if that's commendable. I guess that's your decision, Fast Eddie. Is that a problem or is it commendable? They will destroy and organize and protest round the clock every day, year in and year out. We don't do that. We put maximum effort in about every 4 years, and then we take a break once we've gotten our way. I mean, in many ways, that's to our credit, but electorally, it's to our detriment, obviously.
No, I mean, I wish we had the kind of gusto that these leftists have with the Tesla rallies or whatever the hell they're doing, but we don't, and it's just proven. Yes, the only time I've ever been asked to hold a sign up to get people to honk horns was for Trump in 2024. That was it.
Yeah, and probably since, I would guess, and probably ever will be. Trump motivates people the way no other Republican really has or does. It's a problem. Democrats have become, I think Charlie's just right, the indoctrinated, institutionalized, government-dependent, high-propensity party. They exist for government. When your existence, why do I get up and put on a tie every day and do this show? Those of you who are watching on the Salem News Channel, thank you. Those of you who are listening, you can't appreciate how good I look. But if you want to, you can go to the Salem News Channel app and watch it anytime you like. But this doesn't just happen, folks. I got to get up and shave and make magic every day. Why do I do that? I do that for an employer. I do that for my paycheck. I do that to make my living and feed my family and provide for my family. That's why I do it. I mean, I love what I do. I'm glad to be here. I do it because I enjoy spending time with you. But why does anybody do anything? We get up out of bed because we need to earn a living. Most of us. Certainly not all of us. Certainly not a lot of Democrats. But that's the thrust for most of us. How do most Democrats make their living? Serious question. I'd actually like to, I bet there are numbers out there. I haven't dug into this. How do you think most Democrats, people who vote Democrat, make their living? You think a good chunk of them make their living from government transfer payments of some kind? Or government union jobs? You think that's a safe guess? I don't know what percentage of them do. I'm not, maybe I am overstating that, but how many Democrat voters draw their salaries, their incomes from you, the taxpayer, do you suppose? A government job of some kind. State, county, municipal, federal. What do you guess, Ed? A good chunk of them?
Yeah, I would say probably maybe 40%. Oh,
okay. And so when Republicans come along or a Trump comes along and says, we're going to drain the swamp, we're going to get rid of the fat, we're going to uncover the institutionalized bureaucratic waste, fraud, and abuse, that means we're probably going to lose tens of thousands of government jobs. I don't know. All of a sudden, if let's say there was somebody that was going to win an election and said we're going to get rid of all the talk show hosts, I suppose I'd get up and hold a sign and hey, hey, and ho, ho, too, right? So maybe the secret sauce is the fact that the Democrat Party is motivated because government is their religion. It is their paycheck. Without government, Democrats don't exist. And Republicans generally, and certainly Donald Trump specifically, and Elon Musk pose a major, major threat to their faith, their religion, their church, and their paycheck. They can't imagine a world without government. You and I wake up every day trying to figure out how to get through this life without being bothered, trying to raise a family, trying to do the best work possible, and keep as much of our disposable income as possible. All we're thinking about is trying to make a better life for ourselves and our families. We're not thinking about how government can grow or what government can do for us or, frankly, what anybody else can do for us. What we wake up every day thinking about is how we can better our lives and better ourselves. Self-interest is what makes this country work. But for Democrats, their self-interest is rooted in taxpayers propping them up, government doing everything for them, government working as the block and tackle for all their wants and needs and wishes and dreams, government being their sole provider, their sugar daddy, their paycheck. Democrats cannot imagine functioning day in, day out without their hand out and insisting government right some wrong that they view happening in the culture and society.
The Chris Stigall Show podcast.